I bet you're wondering where I got all this money from. Well, it all came from one place. Let me tell you the story of the man that made Las Vegas what it is today. His name is Benjamin Bugsy Siegel. It's 1906. Jenny and Max Siegel have just been given a baby boy named Benjamin Siegel. Jenny and Max were Jewish immigrants from Austria-Hungary. Coming to the US with pretty much nothing, young Benjamin was fated to live a poverty-filled life.
Bruh.
Benjamin was not one to go down without a fight. Seeing his parents constantly working for meager wages, little Siegel left school to pursue a career in organized crime at the ripe age of 14 years old. The gang mainly operated on Lafayette Street on the Lower East Side of Manhattan. At this time, he just committed thefts, until he met Mo Sedway. Together with Sedway, he developed a protection racket in which he threatened to incinerate pushcart owners' merchandise unless they paid him a single dollar. You have to understand, Benjamin was a loose cannon of sorts. The meaning behind his name, Bugsy, comes from the saying, as crazy as a bedbug. If you happen to call him Bugsy, he would probably beat the fuck out of you. After extorting money became boring, Bugsy set his ambitions higher. Siegel became involved in bootlegging within several major East Coast cities. He also worked as the mob's hitman. In fact, he was so adept at this, he was hired by other crime families to do their dirty work for them. During this time, Bugsy and his close friend Maya Lansky formed the Bugs and Maya Mob, which handled hits for various bootleg gangs operating in New York and New Jersey. The gang kept themselves busy by hijacking liquor cargoes of rival gangs. By doing this, they are responsible for removing several gangland figures. A side note. Siegel was a childhood friend of Al Capone. When there was a warrant for Capone's arrest on a murder charge, Siegel allowed him to hide out with his aunt. He first smoked opium during his youth and was involved in the drug trade. By age 21, he was making money and flaunting it. He bought an apartment at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel and a Tudor home in Scarsdale, New York. He wore flashy clothes and participated in New York City's nightlife. In 1929, the Bugs and Myers mob attended a conference in Atlantic City. At the conference, the two men discussed the future of the organization. This was mainly to make peace with other gangs in the area. In that same year, Siegel married Esther Krakauer, his childhood sweetheart. He had two daughters with her, named Millicent and Barbara Siegel. Unfortunately for Siegel's wife, he had a reputation as a womanizer, and the marriage ended in 1946. After getting rid of his wife, he set his eyes on obtaining a more legitimate business venture. And so, Bugsy gained control of the Flamingo Hotel and Casino. But he didn't stop there. In fact, your boy was a bit of a trendsetter. Siegel began a spending spree. He demanded the finest building that money could buy at the time of the post-war shortage. As costs soared, his checks began bouncing. By October of 1946, the Flamingo costs were above $4 million. By 1947, the costs were above $6 million, equivalent to $69 million in 2022. According to later reports by local observers, Seagal's maniacal chest puffing set the pattern for several generations of notable casino moguls. However, his violent reputation did not help his situation. He boasted one day that he had personally killed some men. He saw the panicked look on the face of his head contractor, Del Webb, and reassured him, "Hey, Del! Don't worry, we only kill each other." On the night of June 20th, 1947, as Seagal sat with his associate Alan Smiley in the Beverly Hills home he leased for his girlfriend, he was reading the Los Angeles Times. An unknown assailant fired at him through the window with a .30 caliber military M1 carbine, hitting him many times, including twice in the head. Bugsy was laid to rest at the Los Angeles Hollywood Forever Cemetery. He truly was as crazy as a bedbug.